going.
All right.
You know?
I guess this is it.
Cool. Hello and welcome.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Jordan.
And this is
Spill the Beans. So.
It's very exciting. That's the first time we've said that on camera.
Yes, it's true, but I don't really think it's like, spill the beans!
Definitely not. No, it's like spill the beans.
Yeah, it's more of like a serious kind of show.
Like a serious but chill.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
So this is our first episode, so we're very new at this.
First one.
Number one.
I'm excited.
Very excited, yeah, for sure.
We're going places.
We've talked about doing this for a very long time.
How long?
Since Christmas, really, right?
Yeah.
So it's been 6-7 months.
Yeah, we had drinks.
We had drinks.
That's what led to this.
Yep.
We had drinks.
And our love of
conspiracies.
Yeah, just
our
deep
love of
diving.
Paranormal stuff. Our love of just random
technology, science.
Random conversation.
Yep.
Mostly when drinking.
Mostly when drinking, which cheers.
Yes. Cheers to the first.
Yes. Alright, so for the first episode we thought it would be kind of fun to do, we haven't really named it, but we're gonna kind of call it the
No, we named it
Fishbowl of Secrets.
Yes.
The Fishbowl of Secrets. It's not a fishbowl, but you get the idea. So basically, there are a bunch of random conspiracy theories that neither myself nor Jordan have ever researched.
Correct.
We're going to pull one out at a time and just...
Hope it's not very embarrassing.
Probably will be.
Because we have to look them up because we don't know anything about them.
Exactly.
And a couple of them are
pretty weird.
Pretty weird.
Alright, you want to do the honors, my friend?
Let's see.
Pick the first one.
What's the first one I'm going to have to research?
Oh,
you know what? I'm not going to actually have to research anything right now. It's going to be Kelly's turn, but I get to take a drink. So.
Nice. Alright, so I guess round one goes to me. Ooh, okay, I'm actually really excited I picked this one up. It is the Bridgewater Triangle. So I have never researched this, but someone I work with, because this is in Massachusetts, so someone I work with has been telling me about this for like a year. And I keep meaning to research it.
Here's a long time.
And yeah, so let's get into this. Bridgewater Triangle.
Yeah, I'll let you...
I'm excited that I picked that one up because she has been telling me to read about this.
Bridgewater Triangle.
Alright, let's go to Wikipedia because
that's where it's at.
Reliable source,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, so it says...
It has its moments.
Am I allowed to just read this verbatim? Or is that like...
I think you do what you want.
Plagiarism?
Not,
I'm quoting it.
Yeah.
So it should be fine, right?
I think so.
I got this from Wikipedia.
Well, you know what? If someone sees this and they have a problem with it, you could always contact us and tell us to stop doing it.
You can give us a stern talking to.
Yes.
Alright, so Bridgewater Triangle. I won't read it verbatim, you know? Who likes that? It's like when you read from a PowerPoint and it's just like you read it line for line and it's like, nah, that's your talking points, man. Alright, so it's a 200 square mile area in southern Massachusetts, and it's claimed to be a site of alleged paranormal phenomenon ranging from UFOs to poltergeists.
Sweet.
Orbs, balls of fire, and other spectral phenomena.
Balls of fire.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Alright.
It's like a video game down there.
So the boundaries were first defined by cryptozoologist Warren Coleman. What the fuck is a cryptozoologist?
Maybe we have to look that one
I think
too.
that's, you look that up. I'm going to keep reading on about this. Warren Coleman in the 70s. Ooh, okay.
The what?
Cryptozoologist. I feel like that's not a real thing. But maybe. Okay, so he wrote that Bridgewater Triangle encompasses the towns of Abington, Rehoboth.
That's a cool name, though.
Yeah, it is.
Let's call it Rehoboth.
And Freetown.
I don't know the answer.
Alright.
Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience and subculture that aims to prove the existence of entities from the folklore record, such as Bigfoot, the Chupacabra, some other stuff. That's all I'm going into it. But that is also from Wikipedia.
Nice. Alright. So here are, I guess, some of the main claims
Wikipedia
about
fans.
it. There's been several Bigfoot sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bigfoot,
I don't
no,
believe in Bigfoot, do you?
I want to believe.
You want to
Bigfoot.
believe?
Yeah,
I
want to
just
believe.
can't buy it. I just feel like there would have been like hard evidence by now, you know?
Yeah, but
Like anybody.
yeah, but that's what we're also like. That's what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Like the whole like conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Is there like hard science, or is just somebody not telling everything to the people who want to know about it?
Who knows?
I don't know. I keep
You know?
doing this, but I guess it's
mean,
gonna work.
I like it, so. Alright, Thunderbird sightings. Ooh, like giant pterodactyl like flying creatures.
Cool.
So I guess there's a big swamp in this Bridgewater Triangle, and that's kind of where there's a lot of the sightings are occurring.
That's cool.
Animal mutilation.
You know, it takes a swamp.
Ooh,
It
don't
takes a
like
swamp.
that. Oh,
What is it?
animal mutilations. All right, particularly in Freetown and Fall River, where I guess local police investigated mutilated animals believed to be the work of a cult. Now that would be kind of interesting, and I would believe
Yeah.
that for sure.
That is also not cool.
Not cool at all. Nope.
I think that's going a little bit
Ooh.
like sacrifice. Like really?
I mean, devil worshippers.
Yeah. They get pretty hardcore.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
All right.
we've talked about that. That would be for a different episode. But
And
we have
then-
talked about all of the things we're talking about now, except for this, because we're new to it.
Yep. And then it seems like the last main thing is, according to one tale, the Native Americans had cursed the swamp centuries ago because of the poor treatment they received from colonial settlers.
Wow. They got treated poorly by colonial settlers.
Yeah,
It
alright.
happens.
I think that's basically the main thing of Bridgewater Triangle. I'm gonna look back, see if there's another... Ooh, wait, there's an IMDb. Somebody made... Is this I wonder if this is a documentary?
That is
Or
from
if this is... I think this is...
2013.
I think this is like a horror movie.
Oh, sweet.
Let me see.
See, you stumble upon things when you look things up. We literally made this bowl. We had the ideas last week.
No, it's a documentary. Oh my god, we'll have to look this up and watch it
That's pretty
sometime. Yeah, because this has like actual, you know, people who have seen things and their stories, so that's pretty interesting. Let me see if I can find
People
like a
see the-
legit story.
People see the weirdest shit.
Ooh, this is kind of cool. UFO sighting in 1760.
Damn.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
actually really cool.
1760. They've been
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
I think they're around, and they've been around for a long time. Multiple dimensions.
So it says
Is that right?
the local papers reported it, and it became the very first UFO sighting in the Bridgewater Triangle. I mean, that's pretty cool
That is pretty cool.
to have like a UFO sighting in 1760. That's really interesting. That's all it says about it. There's not a lot more, but it just says that
They probably don't
there's
know.
a
where
strange
they're all dead.
noise and no one could identify, and it began echoing from the sky, and then witnesses saw like a glowing shape that was like hovering. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but you know what's weird about that? Or just like learning about it, is that a lot of people do say the same things about their own UFO sightings.
Yeah,
I saw an orb and it came down.
yeah.
It sucked me in and then it got thrown back out and I woke up in bed like, what
Is that what
happened?
happened to you?
No.
Oh. Ooh, there was another
That'd be cool.
there was another UFO sighting in 1972.
I've seen a shooting star. That's about the closest thing I've ever seen to like a UFO.
Same.
And that sucker was big.
I want a UFO experience. I have never had one, but CJ has. So
Okay.
we'll have to have him on the podcast
had a
one time,
UFO
and he
experience.
can
That's pretty cool.
explain it. Because I wish I had been there. I'm so jealous. But yeah, pretty cool. But this one says, so in 1972, people in the South Shore area saw a large triangle shape that looked like a baseball diamond. Which I've
That's
heard
definitely
that before too. That's kind of what CJ described.
Made
I
kind of
think
a
when
strange
he
noise
saw
on that one
his.
too. I'm so shocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, if in case you're wondering who the hell we're talking about, CJ is Kelly's boyfriend.
Yes.
And if you hear me talking about Amy, Amy is CJ's sister, who is my girlfriend.
So we're kind of like brother and sister-in-law without anyone having been married yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is our secret project.
And it was actually Amy's idea that we should start a podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, I think it's time to move on to the next topic. Here you go. Better not pull another take a drink or I'm gonna get real suspicious of you.
Statue of Liberty built by French to represent Lucifer.
Oh, that sounds like a doozy.
Okay. Well,
I got a simple one.
yeah, you did get a simple one. Well, at least
All right,
I had drink. I shouldn't throw this down. So, I had drink first, so
Yeah.
I guess I set myself up for this. But Statue of Liberty, I'm curious about this.
I am too. I don't think I've ever heard this one before. So, I mean, I did write these down, but I kind of just was going on different websites and I was just literally pulling up
Yep.
like lists of conspiracies and then I just wrote down ones I'd never really heard of. And I didn't
If we
look too
pull
much
the
at
one
them.
that
It's
we were
just like-
talking about earlier, that's going to be really, really weird because of the whole Jaws-ish reference to fish.
I have no clue what you're. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what direction you're going.
I'm going, if I pull that thing, it's going to be interesting, or if you pull that, because I want to learn about it,
Oh yeah, for
but,
sure.
but we might not pull it, but I
Yeah.
hope we do.
Yeah, so we might not get through all of these. It depends on how much we talk about each topic. If we can, we will. But if not, don't worry. There'll be another episode of this.
Mm-hmm. I could just read about what it actually says on here. It says, now they tell us the Statue of Liberty is a tribute to Lucifer. That burned me up until I found out it's true. Don't quit reading now. The mistaken individuals who say it is an idol honoring the devil are wrong. They reach this erroneous conclusion based on the meaning of the word Lucifer. It comes from the Latin word Lucifer, meaning light bearer, from lux, light, plus bearer
Oh.
to bear.
So they're kind of saying because it
Yeah.
holds a torch
Yeah,
that it's trying to, but it's not. It's more
I
meaning
think
like
it's
an
all-
angel of light kind of a
I
thing.
think it's bullshit.
Oh, well, look at another website.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
I don't.
it probably is bullshit.
It probably,
Sounds kind of like bullshit.
Yeah, it does, but that's.
Or the Illuminati.
She pulled
Pull the I word out. Didn't wait too long for that one. But that sounds interesting.
the hidden meaning of the Statue of Liberty's Illuminati symbols.
Ooh, see, it was great.
Yep. And you're drinking wine.
French. Yeah, I don't think it is
Oui,
French
oui.
wine, though.
My last name is French.
Is it? Oh, yeah, LeBlanc. Right? Jordan LeBlanc. What's your last name?
I can't say it yet.
I think I revealed it already.
So
Oh, that's right.
it's very. I
We'll
say.
bleep over
I
all
say.
of
I
this.
say. I say it very American,
Yeah.
but it's like.
Fun. Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah, I know. It's French. Anything French is fancy.
This is not French.
That's not
It's
French.
Californian.
What?
Yep. Should we just move on? Is this a stupid one?
We might want to move on. I mean, it sounded really interesting. I mean, I could always read about the Statue of Liberty, the history of it, conspiracy theories.
There we go.
There are claims of a connection with the Freemasons or Knights Templar. Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. The sculptor and Gustave Eiffel, the engineer, were both Freemasons. But it's unlikely that they intended the sculpture or enforced Masonric authority in the U.S. or whatever conspiracy theorists think a Masonic-built statue could do. So, alleged satanic representation. Conservative Christian conspiracy theorist Mark Dice and the Forbidden Knowledge. Am I allowed to say like .com names?
I don't know.
Well, if we get in trouble, we won't do it again. That website claims that the Statue of Liberty was designed by French Freemasons and is secretly meant to represent Lucifer, which just goes to show how easily you can interpret a bit of symbolism.
So I guess it's literally all just kind of based on the torch.
Basically,
And then people are just
fire.
like assuming because it was made by the French.
French make it. It holds fire. People jump to conclusions and think that it's supposed to be, some type of satanic thing.
Well, that turned out to be
Unfortunate.
not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
All right, do you want
But
to
you
do
know
another
what?
one?
You know what
or
the
should
thing
I-
is? We looked into it.
We did look into it, and now you know, debunked. Not a good conspiracy theory.
Not
No
really.
need to research
However, if I do find stuff on it later, I'll be sure to make a note of it
Yeah.
in another episode.
it. Yep.
But take that cookie.
All right, Project Bluebeam. Yeah, I think this one will probably be pretty cool.
I wish we had like elevator music.
Yeah, right?
Maybe next time.
Alright. It's up here.
Wow, that was quick.
That was
Mine was
quick.
way longer.
Alright, I guess I won't start with the wiki. Even though I
Search.
want to start with the wiki, we're going to start with this website.
Wow, that's what killed deer.
Alright.
A lot of pictures,
Alright,
a lot of
so
ads.
apparently Project Bluebeam was a project that was headed up by Sergei Monast. I'm
You don't
guessing
wanna
that's
say
how
it's
to
Serge?
pronounce. Maybe it's Serge, maybe it's Serge Monast.
Maybe.
But I don't. I think
If anybody knows the
Sergey
proper-
sounds cooler.
Saying of the name
Yeah.
Serge Monast.
Feel free to
M-O-N-A-S-T.
correct us,
Yeah, correct us.
Sure.
Always.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
They could be wrong too, though.
That's
you
true.
could be wrong.
You could be wrong.
Alright, so I guess it was a 4-step project designed by NASA and the UN that would allow organizations to accomplish what he believed to be the ultimate goal of creating a new age religion. So, led by the Antichrist in order to start a new world order.
Jeez.
Alright.
That kind of like that and the Statue of Liberty.
I know,
kind of
kind of
like
weird.
playing off each other.
Yeah.
But what was it? How many steps?
4 steps.
4-step project. Oh,
Okay.
got 4 steps.
So, I feel like this kind of probably has somewhat to do, because this website's talking about how they would implement mind control, this top secret technology. That's what I was thinking, MK Ultra.
MK
It sounds
Ultra,
like it could
yeah.
kind of be related with that.
Do we know a little bit?
Alright, it's recording. It probably just stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. So the camera only records in 20-minute segments.
Can we change that?
I don't know.
We have to dive into the settings.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Oh, shit. Well, it doesn't matter for this.
No.
So the camera only records for 20-minute segments, so we're just restarting it. Why don't you put a timer on for like 19 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a much more intelligent idea.
Okay. So I'm not sure where it cut off, but
Just to
I'm
be
just
safe.
gonna keep going.
17 minutes on the clock.
Perfect.
Safe.
Okay.
More beer in glass.
Yeah, so I did like a super deep dive of MK Ultra before like YouTube conspiracy
It's a
theorists
month.
were even a thing. Literally a month. Everyone I knew thought I was crazy, but I'm not the crazy one. I'm informed. I mean, I might be a little crazy, but I did like a
You know
really deep dive research where I was on like, there were no YouTube videos for me to watch on it. The only videos were like compilations of Britney Spears going crazy. There weren't any videos actually explaining what it was, so I had to do
she just
research
had
and just like
a lice
reading and
infestation.
finding out, and yeah,
She
it was
just had lice.
crazy.
She just had lice.
But yeah, it kind of sounds like Project Bluebeam is kind of similar to an MK Ultra kind of thing, but probably more definitely different because it has to do with the Antichrist apparently.
You got me thinking about the shaving of the head.
All right.
So
Okay.
You're gonna just dive over that.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive right over that.
That's why. Moving on. Moving
we can
on.
talk about
Well,
Brittany and
you know
MK
what?
Ultra a whole other
Put
episode.
them together.
Yep. All right. So.
That's so funny.
Oh, this is okay. Yep. So there would be step 1 was basically mind control. So doing different things to basically alter people's state of mind and stuff. Not just like mind control where you would be like a robot, but like mind control where
say. It's like thoughts and like
So it was basically to trick everyone into believing there'd been a second coming of sorts. So like the second coming of the Antichrist.
Okay.
So basically like the apocalypse or what
like
is that,
the internet,
Revelations or whatever.
Like the internet going down.
Yeah, or whatever. So So step 1, they would manufacture artificial earthquakes in strategic locations around the world.
That's such a stretch, though. I mean, it's
No,
an
but
experiment, but that's like, wow.
If they like really went for it though, I could picture it because if they did it in like certain areas, maybe where there's like certain like areas of religious symbolism
big
or
time.
stuff, or if they like, recreated other things that happen in Revelations. I've never read it, but I'm pretty sure it relates back. Well, it's all about like the Antichrist basically coming to Earth.
Yep.
And so a whole bunch of shit, kind of like the plagues of Egypt goes down.
Would you consider the Antichrist an alien?
Some people might.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Alright, let's go to the second step. So second step would involve a gigantic space show where they would project 3D holograms would beam across the sky.
Sounds like a backdrop we want.
So basically, the technology behind this display would use space-based laser-generating satellites to project simultaneous images to the 4 corners of the planet in every language and dialect according to the region.
That's pretty
As
cool.
the whole sky is transformed into one massive movie screen, this new god would speak to everyone.
It's like you're in a bubble.
So they're basically trying to make it people think that like a god is like projecting into the sky.
It's like you get up in the morning and it's like
holy shit. And then the third step is where mind control would take center stage. Telephonic devices would send waves to reach each person. Telephonic, maybe. Telephonic.
Sounds right.
Would send waves to reach each person and would convince them that their own God is speaking to them from the very depths of their soul.
Sounds like you're bipolar.
Damn, that's crazy. And then finally the last step, they would basically use various technologies to convince people that alien invasions and the rapture itself were happening, thus making it easier for the powers in charge to take control of everything.
That brings me back to the
so
to
kind
the
of
torch.
sounds like there's theories that like things like not exactly on this level, but things similar to this are kind of happening now.
Yeah.
Where like that whole do you know Tom DeLonge?
Yes.
The musician?
Dude,
do you know how he's
he
doing the
knows-
whole thing with aliens?
He knows so much.
Yeah, but the thing is there's theories that he is being led, that he's kind of like part of it.
Yeah.
That he is...
Dude, did you hear him on Joe Rogan? Love you. Watch you often. He was on Joe Rogan. And did you see that one?
No, I didn't, but
Dude.
I don't know if I trust him. That's the thing, because he's revealing stuff, but what if
either.
it's stuff that they like want us to hear, to like freak people out?
So
That's
it's
what
like
some
you want to
people
fuck
are
with this
thinking.
person, so you're saying this stuff to this person, fuck with them, and this is like all like a head honcho type of thing. It's like
Kind of, like he's
The
he's trusted by like the population because he's like a rock star.
Yep.
And he's not going to be involved in the government and lying to us. Like, he's spreading out the awareness and this information, but what if he's been either, maybe, and it might not even be him, maybe what he thinks he's being told is real, but he has like all these top level people who are helping him. I don't understand why they're allowed to help him. Like, why wouldn't they be
I don't really get it
killed
either.
or taken out?
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I'm saying. So,
I mean, I believe that happens.
oh, it definitely does,
Like,
but
you
why?
know too much.
Why is exactly? And a lot of the people that he's involved with know a lot of information, so it's kind of weird that
Dude, this story is so weird.
That they're just being let to kind of like go about their day and basically say anything they want and like release all this top secret information. Well, maybe that's what the government wants them to do.
It's a very like, it's such a
That's why I don't really trust.
Vicious cycle.
I don't like. It's cool if what he's doing is actually real, and he might even think it is. It could be other people involved that are.
Well, the way he was going on about
giving
like
out
I
either
listened,
false information or information that they actually want us to know.
The whole thing. I listened to that podcast. I watched it because I wanted to see. Like, I like to see people's physical reaction.
Yeah.
Like, we may do some stuff with this podcast that just has audio. I hope not. I hope we do video and audio because you like our expressions, all of that. But when he was on there, the first half of it, I watched twice because it was just like the story leading up, and he's very like this way, that way, and I'm meeting up with this person in this place. And at first, Joe's sitting there, and he's like, "This is a little bit like really," like he was having a hard time believing he wanted to.
Yeah.
But on everything, I'm kind of Switzerland until I get the facts.
Yeah.
And see where this bowl leads? Unbelievable. I knew it was gonna leave somewhere. Didn't know where though. But anyway, this whole stuff, all of this ties in together, which is kind of weird. All Kelly says is.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
it's crazy.
Yeah, space and shit.
Space and shit.
But as for this whole the 4-step thing, and it just makes as much as it's like
fucking weird.
It's otherworldly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just fucking. But people.
It basically relates back to New World Order, which a lot of conspiracies do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little symbol guy thing. What's that called?
I don't know what that is specifically called, but I think it's supposed to represent the third
that's
eye.
Like some Jay-Z triangle shit.
Illuminati shit, man.
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Alright, I think it's.
Well, we have about, little over 7 minutes, until we check the camera. But
alright. Pick one.
Got another one. So this one, Kelly actually spoke about, and then we were like, let's do it. Let's write it down. Let's look it up. This is Stephen King killed Stanley Kubrick. Is that how it's Stanley
Yep.
Kubrick?
Yep.
Okay. So,
yeah, I'm interested about this one. I saw it and there was a description about it, and I quickly avoided the description because I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want to read about this right now.
I have no idea.
But I'm excited for this one.
This is, watch, it'll turn out like the freaking
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty, and then come back in the end.
I know, I feel like this whole thing is probably just a mess. Thank you for those of you that are still listening. We appreciate you.
We definitely appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. Because we've been like, we should definitely.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah. It would be easier to use my laptop.
It might be easier to use your laptop, but I mean the phone thing is so.
Okay, you want me? Why don't I look it up here and then you can read?
Well, I found
Bigger screens
one
are
that's,
nice.
I researched that, and then I get a question, why does Stephen King dislike Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of The Shining? But it doesn't say anything yet about Stephen King actually killing him. I think, you know what? I'm not too sure that it's actually like,
A conspiracy theory?
yeah, I think Stephen King just doesn't, he
Like
just
him?
might not like him that much.
I don't know why that was in. It was in a list.
It was in, see, these are all completely random.
Yeah.
These are like, you find the topic, and then you write it down on a piece of paper, and you do this, and you look it up, and sometimes you get something, sometimes you get nothing, which, unfortunately,
I know you keep getting.
I get that. Well, you know what? I try to be a good sport about when I, hit brick walls. Apparently, Kubrick butchered Jack Torrance's character, and by extension, King himself. So I get basically, I think Stephen King wrote The Shining, and the character in the movie Kubrick didn't like.
Okay. So maybe that's where the theory comes from.
So
is that he killed him
so
because he didn't
basically,
like the
in a
movie?
nutshell, they got beef. I never thought I'd actually say that. Someone had
In a
beef.
nutshell,
someone had
they got beef.
Yeah, we got beef.
Man, I really thought that was gonna be something.
Me too. But you know what? That's also kind of fucked up. In a way.
What?
Well, because Stephen King wrote the book, and he made the character Jack Torrance,
Mm-hmm.
who he was,
Yep.
and then this other guy comes along and makes like the movie, and I guess completely butchers the character. So then the original writer of the character gets a little irritated and says, "Hey, you completely screwed up my character from my book, and I did it first." But then it's like artistic freedom,
Yeah, and I mean,
Maybe-
come on,
maybe-
The Shining is a great movie.
It is. Maybe that's why he did it. Because I
Probably
never, honestly,
made it a better movie.
I never read the book. I don't know if you guys out there have read the book. Let us know
I
if you
haven't-
read the book.
I haven't
didn't
read
read
the
the book. I, for some reason, haven't been able to get through reading many books.
Stephen King is hard to read too.
So I don't even know what that means.
What?
Stephen King is hard to read. Like, I don't know
I
what
tried
that means.
reading it, and I don't
Oh,
know. I
dude,
actually
I
have
never read
coworkers
it.
that really like Stephen
But
King,
it is-
and
it
I can
is-
appreciate that he is probably an amazing writer.
Yeah.
But it's just everything he writes. It's like, get to the fucking point, man.
Do you want to just check the
He-
camera now? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, he just puts a lot of detail, and it's hard to
That's a
get
fun
through.
topic. Stanley Kubrick's Murder and the Moon Landings.
I feel like there's probably a better. We should look
Okay.
up Stanley Kubrick murder, because there is like another conspiracy theory behind Stanley Kubrick's murder that doesn't have to do with Stephen King. So
Yeah.
let's look at that.
The bulge jealous right now.
Do you want to check the details?
I will. I will check it because you're busy.
Here, you can talk about this, because there's a different conspiracy theory about his death.
Oh no. What are you finding if you're finding anything?
This.
Nada?
Okay, no. So this says he was assassinated by insert evil group. This is from
Insert
listverse.com.
group here.
So this, yeah, I think there's a lot of theories, because a lot of his movies have a lot to do with society, and there's a lot of theories that, I mean, even, have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
I think I have, but I
It's
don't remember. it.
Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman,
Ye-
and it's literally basically about
Yeah.
like, it's basically about like a sex cult.
Okay.
And a lot of his movies kind of insinuate to things that are happening in the
Just
government
one more podcast, sex
and
cults.
yeah, in the government and like secret societies and stuff. So he apparently made a lot of enemies.
Oh God.
So
That was good.
like a lot of government enemies.
You don't want those.
And like high society, secret society enemies.
There.
So basically,
Mhm.
this is basically saying.
Oh, I see the CIA.
Yeah, NASA Six Cult, the Illuminati, the CIA, water fluoridation
NASA.
experts,
Wow.
the descendants of Woodrow Wilson. If the above list is true, then Kubrick had more enemies than most of us have Facebook
Dude,
friends.
Kubrick messed up.
Yeah.
Artistic freedom.
But basically every conspiracy revolving around his death leads back to
When
murder.
was the book written?
What
The
book?
Shining?
I don't know. 80s? Isn't that like most of Stephen King's books? 70s, 80s?
That's interesting.
And the most famous version is that he used Eyes Wide Shut to rat on the Illuminati,
Mm-hmm.
and who retaliated by having him killed on March 7th, 1999, 666 days before January 1st,
Wow.
as a gruesome nod to his most famous film. But others have linked his death to CIA, arms deals, and even Sonny Bono.
Oh, it was what? Sonny Bono?
Bono.
Yes.
Sonny Bono or
Sonny-
Bono?
No, Bono was from U2.
Yeah,
Sonny
they're not
Bono was the
related.
guy who skied, died because he hit a tree.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he would not have anything to do with Stanley Kubrick's death.
No, not
But
really.
okay.
Published in 1977.
Yeah, I was close.
You were.
Yeah.
You weren't that far off.
Yeah.
I'll give you kudos for that one.
Alright, I think it's,
How many pages was it?
oh, I have no clue, 1,000?
No.
2,000?
No. Under 500.
The Shining?
Supposedly.
Well, maybe I can read that. It is like a 2,000 page book.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it says here 447.
Oh, maybe I'll try to read The Shining. Because that I can get through. I can get through long books. I love to read. It's just I tried reading it and it was so hard.
I like it a lot. Just the concept.
Yeah, the new movie was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yes. That looks really good. Okay,
So,
next one.
I'm
Do you want to do another one? Because I feel like you keep getting shitty ones.
Can I have the
You're probably gonna get take a drink. No, maybe you need it. You know, let's both take a drink.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink. I won't ever do that again, I promise. Alright, one more. I think that was the last take a drink, wasn't
I think
it?
so.
I think you
we had
got
3.
all of them.
I think we had 3.
Suspicious.
Magic fingers. April is the season of sacrifice.
That one was yours.
Yeah, it was.
That one was yours.
Because I've randomly looked up stuff, and that's what I found, and I told Kelly, and then she
Here.
wrote it down.
Who's this?
No, I have mine,
Yeah, but
but
right here. Boom.
April is the season of sacrifice. End of April still. Oh, fire and human sacrifice.
Ooh.
That's interesting. Wow, your touchpad is touchy.
Oh.
It's okay. The end of April, a time of human sacrifice.
You do the double.
The double.
Yeah.
Shooting. No thanks. Why do we often witness tragedy and senseless deaths during the second half of April? The list of violent events that occurred during this time period is simply staggering. Here comes some. Apparently in April 1993, there was the Waco massacre. I probably...
Was a lot of.
I don't think I'm going to dive into
No, I
everything
wouldn't.
that's listed, but there's 1995,
So a lot of bombings and like school
Yeah.
massacres and stuff happening
Boston
in
Marathon
April. Yeah.
thing. There are many violent occurrences that happened during that time period. CNN published an article in 2011 titled "What is it about mid-April and violence in America?" I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. Is it a coincidence? For those who know, there are no such things as coincidences. I don't know, man. In 2011, the whole Bin Laden thing happened April 30th and
Damn.
May 1st. The cult of Baal never disappeared.
So what is April like a significant time for the cult of Baal?
I guess so. Throughout many countries and across many civilizations, the second half of April has always been a time of blood sacrifice. The worship of Baal took many names. I don't know how to say those.
Oh, Moloch or Molech.
Yeah, that was the first one.
I've never heard of
Enlil.
Enlil, but Molech it's basically like Satan.
So
Or
many
like
words you say.
or like a demon. Molech
Okay.
is a demon.
Oh, okay.
So Molech, I've heard that term a lot when it refers to a lot of conspiracies that revolve around like satanic
Actually-
cults and like Illuminati.
Do you even have like a Bible in the house?
I don't think so.
Because I have a Bible in the house and a satanic version.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why do you have a satanic Bible?
Because I got it from
Not that I don't really believe in that stuff, but
Actually,
that still kind of freaks
it.
me out.
It's all
Is
about.
it weird?
It's a book. Like Marilyn Manson
I
said,
guess
he
it's true.
considers the Bible the same thing as reading. Who is it?
A Playboy. Oh, I should not have
No.
made that reference. I'm sorry.
That was
Sorry.
good. No, I was going to say Dr. Seuss.
Oh, I just made it a lot more inappropriate.
Yes, you did. That's so funny though. But it says second half of and so Molech. Is that
Molech.
it? Molech.
I think it's Molech or Moloch.
And spread across several civilizations, being a sun god and a god of fertility. Rituals celebrating Baal took place after the vernal equinox, which
Like
is
the
also
spring
a
equinox, right?
time of rebirth and often involved human sacrifice.
Oh.
Apparently from Encyclopedia Mythica, Baal,
Ooh.
quote, maybe I should do quotes, I don't know, I'm reading it. The cult of Baal celebrated annually his death and resurrection as a part of the, what is that?
That is Canaanite.
Canaanite, what is that, like a metal?
No, Canaanite is like
Jesus. Canaanite fertility rituals.
Canaanite is like a civilization from like a long time ago. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Well, these ceremonies often included human sacrifice and temple prostitution.
Nice, classy.
So the whole Playboy reference
Kind of fits, yeah.
but not so much the Bible.
I don't see how
thing.
temple prostitution would help out with it. Human sacrifice. But alright.
You know what?
Alright.
Churches and that. Wow.
Yeah.
We can
Who
spin off
even
on that one.
knows? I know.
That's
Yeah, we'll have
the
to
key.
do a whole
Who
lot.
knows? We will eventually.
Yeah, we will eventually.
And
And then soon you will.
although the observance of these rituals was sometimes condemned by religious movements, it never truly disappeared. So I guess
So basically they're trying to say that
it happened, and then it was like frowned upon, and it went away because of being frowned upon, and then it was still
Yeah, I mean, I wonder
done.
why.
So
I wonder if what it's trying to say is if like all these people who are involved in it are like part of the Baal cult, or if it's more like his demon or like spirit kind of enhances people's thinking into doing destructive things. You know?
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Because then we think and don't talk, and that's kind of the opposite of what we want to do. But definitely thinking about it, because it's strange.
Very strange.
But I think it could happen, and I think it has happened. I don't know which is name.
That it's like related back to the cult.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like there's definitely some shady shit going on out there, you know?
Well, apparently, IBID, is that how you say it? IBID? Well, I'm saying it IBID. It's IBID. This says, the religion of the god Baal was widely accepted among the ancient Jews, and although it was put down at times, it was never permanently stamped out. Kings and other royalty of the 10 biblical tribes worshipped the god. The ordinary people ardently worshipped this sun god too because of prosperity depended on the productivity of their crops and livestock. The god's images were erected on many buildings.
Yeah.
Within the region, there appeared to be numerous priests and various classes of devotees. During the ceremonies, they wore appropriate robes as opposed to inappropriate robes. The ceremonies included burning incense and offering burnt sacrifices, occasionally consisting of human victims.
Makes me think of The Wicker Man.
Yeah,
Seen that movie with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, that's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
That's a bad movie.
Yeah, it's a real bad movie.
They chanted. They cut themselves apparently with knives to inspire the intention and compassion of the god. So
it's interesting how in a lot of different cultures and religions, a lot of them have like a sun god, and I mean that makes sense because it's
sun
this
god,
giant,
a moon god,
giant glowing orbs in the sky that they have. Yeah, that
I heard that.
Giant glowing orbs in the sky that they have no way of explaining.
Yeah.
You know, so it
What
makes sense to relate it back to gods, but it's interesting that a lot of these different civilizations did like sacrifices to
all because
gods,
of
you know?
the month of April. Well, is it because of April?
Damn
or is
you,
it
April.
Or April. Yeah, put her in timeout.
Yeah, in time out, April.
Get in there.
All right.
Well, is it because it's in April, or is it because it's like a coincidence that these things happen in April? I mean, which came first? These things happening or April?
Or April. Well, it's interesting if like.
We have to, get a call like.
Well,
a
it makes
historian.
sense that because April is the month of spring when crops start to grow and everything. So that would make sense as to why, it's like right going into, it's like right before everything is going to start growing again. So I guess maybe they would do the sacrifices at that time, basically to make sure they have like a prosperous.
Or it's like when
spring and summer.
When people, they want rain, so they'll do something like
like a rain
silly
dance.
outside.
It might be silly to us, might not be silly to them.
It's true. It could be
Yeah,
very
I would
serious.
I would much rather a rain dance than like
Maybe
April
silly is the
human
wrong word.
sacrifices.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Jeez.
Alright, next one. So this is the one we were talking about earlier. Israeli government has killer robot sharks. I don't even know where we got this one.
Like there's like a guy in a shark. It's kind of like the image that I saw for Jurassic Park. You know the guy, the tour guide for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Hat, glasses, he's like has that what is that called? Like a cane with the.
Are you talking about the old guy?
Yeah.
In the first one?
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Is like his scepter.
Yeah.
I forget
scepter
his
with
name.
with the
Isn't it like John or something?
Yeah. Hello, John. Hello. When he's doing that So it's kind of like him. I saw an image of him inside a T-Rex, like he was controlling the T-Rex.
Oh,
inside
that's
the image
funny.
and stuff like that. So that's what makes me think there's some small dude inside a shark going around swimming.
Okay, so
We need like a commercial.
it sounds like what this is. Okay.
What is that? Spy sharks.
This is Spy Sharks in Egypt, a history.
Wow. Spy sharks in
Um,
Egypt.
I'm gonna read over this for a second.
And we're back. That was like oh. See, that's how fast that was.
Okay, so basically what this is it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
I would think it's all bullshit.
come on.
Basically what it is.
I wanted to believe in that so bad.
Okay, so the shark attacks are actually happening in Egypt, but basically there is a resort city in Egypt called Sharm el Sheikh. Probably did not, or Sheikh. Sharm el Sheikh.
Charmel.
And
sounds like sounds like Charmel.
And I guess there were a bunch of shark attacks. This was posted in 2010. And basically everyone was in a state of panic, and I guess one Sharm el Sheikh driver named Captain Mustafa
Maybe it's Sheik.
Ishmael. Wow, this is Sheikh. That's right, what it is. Sharm el Sheikh diver named Captain Mustafa Ishmael. That's an awesome name. Believes that the sharks were trained to attack Egyptians by an Israeli intelligence agency. That's very interesting.
That's wicked interesting because you can. Now we're training sharks.
He was asked by a news person or a news anchor how the shark entered the waters, and he burst out, "No, it's who let them in." And so I guess he said he recently got a call from an Israeli diver telling him that they captured a small shark with a GPS planted in its back, implying that the sharks were monitored to attack in Egypt's waters only.
That makes sense.
Oh, so that's actually kind of interesting. But that would make sense. So I don't think it's really necessarily them like controlling the shark and like making it swim. I think it's more just like they're monitoring its whereabouts, and they're either like taking the shark, if the theory was real, they would be like taking the shark and releasing it in Egypt's waters, or they're following its GPS, and as long as it's not in their land, they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And I think it all has to relate back to kind of like tourism. Like they're trying to attack Egypt's tourism, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so you're recording on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. Our battery died.
Yeah, we had to do a little recharge, and we're back for the last two.
Nook or cranny.
All right. So, am I reading or are you reading?
I think we're reading.
I'm reading. Okay. So we did a little pre-research on this, but acorn conspiracy theory. So by pre-research, I mean in the last like 5 minutes while the camera was
literally
charging. So I'm gonna let you read some of this, and I read some of this. So we're both gonna talk about this.
But
that's the end.
Do you want to do this now, or do you want to do it at the end?
We'll
do it at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So acorn conspiracy theory. So basically,
you were like, no.
What it sounds like is what. Why don't you tell them what you found out?
Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, ACORN, we found out, is an acronym for Association of Community Organizations for Reform Now. What we learned from that was during the
I was debating if I should just empty the wine bottle.
Oh, I thought you were trying to choose whether you wanted to drink from the bottle or the glass.
I was not, but
I think you should just empty it, right?
You're right, yeah.
Right? Just empty it.
Fuck it, just empty it.
because my
right. That's
my,
not that much.
My beer's empty.
All right.
And yep.
All right.
So, yeah, Association of Community Organizations for Reform Now, which was a program. It advocated for the poor. It was basically helping poor families, get them registered to vote, so they could vote for the president that they wanted to, which I guess it was started by Barack Obama.
So Acorn wasn't
I
started by Barack Obama.
I could be completely wrong because this is on.
He helped them out because he went to
Okay.
law school, so he helped them out with
Yep.
some like legal stuff back in the day. But then the conspiracy, or there's a few conspiracies that evolve around Acorn.
Okay.
But I think the main one is kind of what you said, where basically people got suspicious that Acorn was helping poor people
Yes.
to register to vote because they were a lot of like more on the Republican side believed that they were pushing them to vote for Obama.
Right.
Now, I don't really know if that's true.
I don't know either.
I feel like it's probably not true. I'm assuming they probably just decided to vote for Obama because that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know? But
I mean, if they went around and were like, here's like $20, who are you gonna vote for?
well, that's illegal.
That's completely illegal.
Yeah.
So in this case, they were.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's
I don't
more
think
just
that's
like
what it
it's
is
like
either.
a community outreach program.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that they wanted to do was to help people who normally wouldn't get a say in the
Have a say.
Yeah, have a say in elections. They wanted to make sure that their voice was heard and that they were able to vote, so they helped them out with registration and getting the awareness out there for voting, which anyone can do.
Well, yeah,
Any party can do that, but this
helps.
helps, and this specific organization was reaching out to a community that needed that kind of help.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think it doesn't matter if you're, a billionaire or,
Yeah.
poor. It doesn't really matter. You have
Yeah.
a voice, your opinions matter, you should be heard.
Yep.
So this whole
But there's-
organization was created.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy though of election fraud, but it's never been proven.
No.
It's basically just, I think, people upset that Obama won the election and they wanted someone to blame it on.
Apparently it was
So they
absurd.
blamed it on this,
Yes.
which is crazy. But a couple of the other conspiracy theories related to it are that Acorn caused the banking crisis through its use of clowered pivot strategy to
Did you say
force,
forward?
I guess so, to
Wow.
force banks into making bad loans by manipulating Community Reinvestment Act rules and getting their bad mortgages guaranteed.
Wow.
This sounds very complicated.
It does sound very complicated, but it's
Also, know your investments, man.
does that mean they're allowing almost people to buy? It's almost like buying, like telling somebody they can buy it when you know they can't, but you say okay anyway, just to have them sign on. Does that make
I
sense?
don't really
To
be honest, I don't really understand. I'm looking up the clowered
confusing.
pivot strategy right now, and it sounds pretty complicated.
If anybody out there knows more,
Yeah, feel free.
please feel free to educate us, because this is
But it sounds like there's just a lot of conspiracies about Acorn that are pretty stupid. Like, Acorn is preparing to lead a
Yeah.
black uprising headed by Obama and will be used to lock white people up in FEMA camps. I don't believe that.
no.
That
That's somebody
sounds
just-
a little crazy.
That sounds like somebody just got really mad.
Yeah,
and
it was like,
what can we do?
I'm angry.
Yeah,
I am Donald
I'm-
Trump, and this is what I say.
I'm pissed off, and
Actually, I don't know if Donald Trump had anything to do with this, but
I want to fuck shit up.
sounds like something he would do.
Maybe,
Just saying.
I don't know. But this whole thing, I think it's a good thing for people that don't know about what their vote or what their opinion or anything like that, I think it's a good thing to like educate them, because if you don't, they probably won't. Granted the situation.
Are you talking about voting?
I'm talking about voting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't, put it this way, if you know about everything and there's a candidate that you don't like and there's a couple of them and you don't want to vote, you don't have to vote.
Yeah.
It's within your rights.
Yeah.
But if there's somebody that you do want to vote for, then make your voice heard.
Yeah.
But I am also on the side of like, if you have
Honestly, you
these
should.
people,
I feel like you should vote no matter what. I mean, that's kind of what happened in the last election. I don't know a lot about politics.
you know what I didn't
but
want to do in the last election?
Was vote.
Vote.
I know, same, but I still went out and did it because it's like a lot of people that were like, oh, Trump is never going to win. There's no way it's possible. They didn't go out and vote because they didn't think it would happen.
Right.
And look what happened.
That's true.
Not that Hillary Clinton is also.
Yeah.
It's literally voting, I guess, in your opinion, which is the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. But I get if
Although
you
team Bernie all the way.
team Bernie all the way, I guess.
Well, I don't know. That's how I feel.
You know what? The
I don't know how you
research
feel.
continues on that.
Yeah, we don't. I honestly know like zero about politics, and I feel like I got real political at the end. So we don't have to do that.
It's true. You
Yeah.
did get very political, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's just another thing to, you know, the education doesn't end. And there's so much out there.
So much out there.
I mean, we pulled from a bowl of I don't know how many.
Yeah, a
people,
whole bunch of ideas on the floor right now.
Educated ourselves
A little bit.
about the topics.
I promise our next episode will be a lot more focused.
It
For the most part, it'll actually maybe not focused, but more researched.
more research.
More
The
research
research
for sure.
will be
Deeper, yep.
we'll dive into the
Yeah,
depths.
yes. We really just wanted this first episode to not buy. Well, I can't speak.
Kelly can't come to the video.
I'm getting the wine
Yeah.
giggles.
Yeah.
But we really just wanted this first episode to be like fun and not too structured.
Sporadic.
Yeah, that's
Fun-
usually how our
Fun,
conversations
sporadic.
go.
We look things up randomly. We
Yep.
wrote things down randomly. This happened a week ago.
Yeah.
But we'll continue.
You can't see what's down there, but all these little pieces of paper,
They're right there.
they're on the floor now.
They're all on the floor.
Yep.
Never to be used
And
again.
we got one left, one very special one that we're gonna
Yeah.
close out the show with.
And we're thinking about doing it every show.
Yeah.
And what does it say? Oh, geez. It says,
Take
take a drink. So, cheers for the
Cheers.
first.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone.
All right. I think that pretty much wraps it up, right?
Yeah, it does. Well, from us to you, thank you for watching.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. High five, first podcast.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. We don't have our Instagram or any of that shit set up yet,
Nope.
but by the time this is up, we hopefully will have an Instagram. We'll have an email that you can email us your thoughts, questions, corrections
Comments,
about,
any of
comments,
that stuff.
anything.
We're also, not you also, we're working on a backdrop.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. I mean, this is just pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
If the chill couch is cool, if you, I don't know, just give us your ideas. The chill couch.
That's what it is.
Yeah, this is the chill couch right now, but if you would like to see a more official,
Yeah.
professional setup, we can do that. All right. Well,
We'll have
thank
to
you.
get a little spill the beans pad.
Yeah, spill the beans, patches. Eventually there'll be merch.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe.
One,
We'll see.
hopefully there are
Get
enough of
creative.
you out there that listen to us. You know that it requires merch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Well, all that like Instagram, email info will be listed in whatever description box we have.
It's empty.
If that is empty. And fuck it, space.
Fuck it, space.